Hello and welcome to Lshp 540 Organizational Leadership with Bushnell University. My name is Dan Collins and I'll be your instructor for the next 8 weeks, and I'm so glad that you've joined us for this leadership journey. We're looking forward to learning together about leadership and change and people and organizations, and looking forward to being together. I want to give you a quick introduction about myself and about this course and about ways to do well in this course and ways to learn lots of interesting things about leadership. So let me just start with a little bit of introduction about myself. I come from a background in nonprofit leadership, in small business leadership, and in faith-based leadership. And I've been doing that since about the year 2000. I've owned my own business and I've run my own business, started my own business. I worked for 2 decades in community development with mission organizations and with local churches. I've been a pastor for 2 decades. Currently, I work for Lane Community College and their business department. I run the Small Business Development Center, which is the non-credit side of the business department for Lane Community College, and I get to help small business leaders all the way across Lane County, and I love it. That's what I get to do. I also adjunct on the side with Bushnell, and I've done that since 2018, and this is one of my favorite courses, so I'm glad that you're joining us. A little bit about leadership and my perspective is I come from a faith-based perspective, though you don't have to be a faith-based perspective to take this course and do well. And I come from an entrepreneurial perspective. That's just part of the way that my background and experiences led me. Entrepreneurial meaning how to start new things and lead new things and guide organizations and people in that direction. And I have my PhD in organizational leadership with an emphasis on entrepreneurial leadership, if that interests you. It means I like to read a lot of books, and I wrote a bunch of things about those topics. But 2 of the favorite things that I read come from the scriptures, and there are 2 verses that stood out to me: Romans 12:8 and Proverbs 19:2. Romans 12:8 says, "To the one who leads, lead with zeal." That comes from the Apostle Paul writing to the church in Rome. To those who have the gift of leadership, he says, lead with passion and energy. And I find that to be very truthful. The leaders bring a lot of passion and energy to any group or organization. But I love what the writer in Proverbs says, adds wisdom to this, where the writer says, "It is not good to have zeal without knowledge, nor to be hasty and miss the way." Those are really true words, that if you have energy and passion without knowledge, you're going to be hasty and go in the wrong direction. But then if you just have knowledge without passion, people might not go with you where you're going. Put the 2 together and you have a dynamic mix. You put zeal and knowledge together, and that's transformational. That is incredible leadership. A little bit about this class. We have 3 different books. Rule of thumb about mission, vision, and values. There's a couple different editions out. Both will work fine, depending on which one you find. It's okay. We have Learning Leadership by Kuzes and Posner. And then we are looking at a Harvard business book called Change Management. And I hope you'll enjoy. That's a collection of different articles from the Harvard Business Review. I hope you enjoy all 3 of those books and the things that you can learn from them. Everything in this course builds to week 8, because in week 8, your signature assignment is going to be putting together a 7 to 10 page paper about your working definition theory of leadership and the key characteristics of a successful organizational leadership. Be thinking then throughout this course, every week you're going to put together a piece of that final paper. So week 1, we're going to look at mission, vision, values. That's hopefully a part of your leadership definition. Week 2 is about organizations as systems. Week 3 is transformational leadership, which is a leadership theory. Week 4 is about learning and engaging people in leadership. Week 5 is about leading through change. Week 6 is about communication within organizations and in leadership. Week 7 is about your role as a change agent as a leader. And week 8 puts it all together in one package. So everything builds to week 8, and the video assignment in week 7 is like an outline of what you're going to write about in week 8. So hopefully that helps you guide yourself through this course. Let me give you a few tips about how to do well in this course, and then what we'll be looking for, because every instructor and professor is just a little bit different, so I'll make sure I tell you what I'm looking for. The first thing would be focus on learning more than a grade. I promise, if you complete every assignment, turn it in on time, and follow the directions, you're going to pass. 80% or better are passing grades, and you're going to pass. What I can't promise is that you will learn, meaning there'll be some ways that you think new about things, or ways that you lead differently than you did before. That's up to you. And so I want to encourage you more than anything, because you paid for this course, you're going to put a lot of time in this course. Focus on learning. What areas are that interest you? What things are there that you're thinking about that's a new way of seeing it? Press into those things. That's going to change the way that you lead. That's going to change the way that people follow your leadership. That's going to change the way that you follow other people's leadership. So focus on learning. In order to raise your grade, here are a few tips. Read the directions carefully and follow them. Read the question carefully and answer it. And if you do that, you will have a much better time with each assignment. Second, everything has a rubric. The discussion posts have a rubric, the assignments have a rubric, the video assignment has a rubric. So look through your course in the general section. I posted all the rubrics, and you can follow them. Here's exactly what's expected for each assignment. If you've never used a rubric before, it's a chart that shows here's what's expected and here's the points that you will get if you do these different things. If you've never written in APA format before, I included an APA template, and you can just download it and use it for all of your complete assignments. That'll help you format your paper in APA format, and then it shows you how to do your in-text citations and also to have your references page at the end. Be clear and succinct. That's the way to get a good grade. Meaning, write clearly and write succinctly. If the assignment's 3 to 4 pages, you only need 3 to 4 pages. You don't need 5 to 6. And put really good material in those 3 to 4 pages. The fourth thing, double check your work. So when you write it, then put it aside, wait a half hour, an hour, read it again, look for any spelling or grammar errors, and then submit. If you're having trouble, have someone else read it and then submit. So double check your work. And then the last, write or call me if you have any questions. My phone number, my email is posted. I respond within 24 hours. I'm here to help you learn. I want to help you gain everything you can from this course. So if any questions, write or call me. With your discussion post, just want to remind you that we're looking for critical thinking, 2 citations on the first post and 1 citation in your responses, timeliness, and just a little bit of grammar matters. So, but you don't have to be perfect on your discussion post. We really want your thoughts. Like, this is what I'm thinking, and here's a couple references that I pull from and that have influenced my thinking, or a quote from one of them. With your complete assignments, it's important that they are within the length, 3 to 4 pages. Here's what I look for. Use an outline, a thesis statement, and topic sentences for every paragraph. So again, start with an outline that organizes your flow of thought. Have a thesis statement, a topic sentence for every paragraph. That will help your grade. And then again, if you have any trouble with the APA format, I've included a template. Again, I hope that you enjoy this course. One of the first discussion posts in week 1, you don't need any citations. It's an introduction of yourself. Looking forward to learning about you and us learning about each other as we go through this leadership journey. So again, welcome to Lshp 540 Organizational Leadership. I'll look forward to seeing you online.